Hey everybody, this is Erin from Stepping Blocks, and I'm here with our analytics consultant and co-host, Dr. Jacob Bonney. So more people than ever are questioning the value of higher education. We're here to explore why they're right, why they're wrong, and which institutions are rising to the challenge. In season 1, we're investigating the new normal created by the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing challenges in higher education.
Today, we're going to be focused on the top 10 Hispanic-serving institutions in the United States. So you won't want to miss our conversation as we explore that. Hispanic-serving institutions, or HSIs, are the fastest growing sector in higher education. HSIs represent 16% of all institutions in higher ed in the United States, yet serve 65% of all Hispanic students.
So what does this have to do with the new normal?
Yeah, so certainly as we're exploring the trends in higher ed, it's really important to understand how this rising sector of higher ed is responding to the challenges that COVID has really leveraged against institutions across the country. In particular, Latinx student enrollment dropped by 5% in fall 2020, eating away more than a decade of gains. And so HSIs are certainly leading the charge to support those students and provide great resources and student success initiatives to make sure that they're succeeding in all ways possible. And so as we explore these institutions today, I think there's great lessons that can be learned from their practices. And I'd really encourage any of our viewers to go out and do a little bit of research and connect with some of your colleagues at these institutions to see what innovative approaches and practices they're facilitating.
So before we jump into that top 10 list of Hispanic-serving institutions, I wanted to do a quick shout out to the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, HACU. They represent HSIs. Have you, Dr. Bonney, have you seen the new data dashboard that they've created to help both? There's a couple different things actually. So to help students looking to apply to an HSI school. It also helps state officials learning the landscape of HSIs in their state. And also it helps institutions themselves looking to build a network to collaborate with. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'll make sure to share it after this vidcast, and I'll make sure to add it to the show notes so that everyone here has access.
Yeah, that's great. Stepping Blocks, we're passionate about providing data and helping individuals leverage data to make smart decisions, and additional access like HACU's dashboard sounds like a great resource for all institutions and especially HSIs.
All right. So with that, why are we talking about this list today, Dr. Bonney? Why should other schools care?
Yeah. So, I think really the best practices that are emerging at these institutions to support students have application for all institutions and perhaps even some applications for a variety of student populations. And so thinking about how to rise to the challenges of the new normal that we're living in is really a key component. And so I think we've got a lot to learn as we continue to navigate the changing landscape of higher ed. And these HSIs are doing a great work. And so I'm excited to learn a little bit myself as we do some research into their successes.
Number 10 is Rutgers University Newark. So Rutgers Newark has an average alumni salary of over $100K. So really great outcomes is an attractive reason for students to attend this school.
Certainly, their location in New Jersey and the tri-state area helps with their mission to support all students, of course, but also connect with the HSI designation. Number 9 is the University of Houston, which also supports a great growing metro area in the United States. Houston metro area, one of the largest growing metro areas in the country. They have an acceptance rate of around 65% and a very popular honors college.
Also high alumni salary for University of Houston at over $90K. Mm-hmm. Number 8 is San Diego State University. So Qualcomm is the top employer for San Diego State University. And fun fact about Qualcomm, they've made Fortune's 100 best companies to work for several times in a row. So that's a great reason for students attending this school and studying electrical engineering to want to earn a degree there.
Absolutely. And as we've talked about, this new normal, a degree in electrical engineering certainly represents the technical disruption that higher ed is facing. Number 7, Florida International University, right down the road from me, actually, is also on the list. 67% of around their 50,000 students are Hispanic. And they also rank number 19 on niche.com's best campuses in America.
Number 6 is University of Arizona. So students here cite a good undergrad experience. So that's a really important reason when you're selecting a school. They also have a high average alumni salary of around $89K.
Cal State Long Beach is number 5 on the list, and they have a 39% acceptance rate and a Hispanic population of about 42% of their student body. So another strong California school on the list.
Number 4 is Texas Tech University for the top 10 Hispanic-Serving Institutions in the U.S. They have a competitive online degree program, high acceptance rate, and they boast the Big 12 Athletic Conference membership. So all good reasons to want to join this school.
As is their top employer, Lockheed Martin, another great employer across the country. Speaking of top employers, Lockheed Martin, number 3 on the list is University of Central Florida. I do have to say, go Knights. I'm a UCF alumni myself. UCF has a significant Hispanic enrollment, an acceptance rate of 44%. And as I mentioned, Lockheed Martin is a top employer with lots of mechanical engineering students from UCF headed to Lockheed.
Number 2 is UC Irvine. Their top employer is Amazon, and the top major for that employer is computer science. So they are in trend with everything else we're seeing across higher ed and the majors that are becoming more popular as IT is growing as an industry.
And of course, with that growing IT industry is a higher alumni salary, almost $97,000 a year. And number 1 on our list of top 10 HSIs across the country is UC Santa Barbara. It's rated very highly by students for its campus experience and has fantastic economic sociology programs. And it really is a great campus. Their top employer is also Google. And again, talking about computer science and trends in this new normal that we're living in.
Okay, so you're probably wondering where this list came from. So Dr. Barney, do you want to talk a little bit about the 2 methods for pulling this information together?
Yeah, absolutely. So we leveraged some of the lists and data that's available through niche.com about some of the top institutions across the country. And really, Niche has done great work to help provide information to folks, including, the rankings based on rigorous analysis and reviews from students. In addition to that, we're leveraging our own data here at Stepping Blocks to explore these institutions from employer outcomes, salary, and many of the other data points that we're leveraging to help universities make strategic decisions about their programs and their alumni and graduate outcome efforts.
All right, so that's it. That is the list of the top 10 Hispanic-serving institutions in the U.S. We're so excited to launch season 1 of this vidcast that will uncover what the new normal really means in higher education. So tune in weekly for exclusive interviews with leaders in your field, data-driven trends for student success, and insider hacks for 2022 and beyond.
Absolutely. Hope to also respond to some trending topics and issues as they continue to come up in this new normal that we're living in. We'll talk to you soon.